Hi, boys and girls. Today we'll be finishing Lesson 4 in our Social Studies series, and we're going to be doing some comparisons of the Upper and Lower Peninsula. You will watch today's slideshow, and then you're going to complete the assignment on slide 7. We left off at the bottom half of page 30 on our previous lesson. It starts with compare our peninsulas. Climate. The Upper Peninsula is colder. This is because it is further north. It has much snow. There might be 20 feet of snow in one winter. That is almost enough to cover a house. Most of the Lower Peninsula has less than 5 feet each winter. The Upper Peninsula also has a shorter season to grow crops. Some crops will not grow well there because it can get so cold. Corn does not grow very well there. So farmers in the Upper Peninsula don't normally grow corn. A shorter growing season. One time, there was a visitor here from the Upper Peninsula at school, and they told us that they called their seasons this. Fall, winter, spring, and July. Instead of fall, winter, spring, and summer, they say it only kind of gets warm there in the month of July and a little bit of August. So they feel they get cheated out of summer because it starts to get very cold very quickly in the Upper Peninsula. And they usually have snow before we do. All right, the land itself now. Which peninsula has the most land? Is it the upper or lower? The answer is the lower. It looks like a mitten on the map. It has a lot of land. It could make about 2.5 of the Upper Peninsula. So you heard that referred to as we live in the thumb of the mitten. That's why they call the Lower Peninsula a mitten. And our town, Cairo, is out in the thumb of that mitten. Mountains. The Upper Peninsula has mountains. The land there is higher. This is where you find Mount Arvin. Mount Arvin is about as tall as 100 houses on top of each other. This seems very tall, but it is small for a mountain. Some mountains in our country are 10 times taller. This peninsula also has the Porcupine Mountains. You will find them about as far west as you can go in our state. They are very close to Lake Superior. The tribes felt the shape looks like a porcupine. Some people call them the Porkies. The Porkies are in a state park. You can drive to the top and see the Lake of the Clouds. Sounds really interesting, doesn't it? I've never been there. Love to go. The lowest place in Michigan is along the shore of Lake Erie. It is near Monroe. Which part of the state has that area? Well, if you check it out on a map, you'll find it's in the southeast part of our state, the southeast corner. Cities. The Lower Peninsula has more cities, and some are quite large. Most people live in the Lower Peninsula. Look at the green map and chart at the side. You can see the reasons so many people live in that part of the state. So where it says Genesee, Macomb, and Oakland, and then way at the top, Wayne, that's where most of the bigger cities are. Useful metals. The Upper Peninsula is known for 2 metals. It has copper and iron. Copper is used to make wire to carry electrical power. Your house has copper wire. It goes into the plugs where you get power. For a long time, much copper was mined there. The copper brought a lot of people to the area. They started towns around the copper mines. The mines are closed now, and the copper is buried deep in the earth. It costs less to mine in other places. Iron is still mined there. Iron is used to make frying pans, cars, and other products. Your bike is probably made out of iron. Nails are made out of iron. Many people came to get jobs because there was iron. They worked in the iron mines, and towns grew up around the iron mines, all located in the Upper Peninsula at that time. Jobs. Jobs in the mine brought people north. They went to the Upper Peninsula. They moved there to find work. Without copper and iron, they would not have gone. No metals are mined in the Lower Peninsula. So pretty interesting. Very two important metals or materials in our state. What is a region? Some people like geography. They study it. They think about the earth and they think about its land and water. They study a region. A region is an area of land or sometimes water. All parts of a region share a feature. A feature can be a natural one or a human one. A road is a human feature because man made it. A river is a natural resource because it comes from nature. And you can see the two pictures there. Think of regions this way. At home, you have your kitchen is one region. Your garage is another. All the things in your kitchen are for food or eating. The garage is for your car. The main feature of the kitchen might be food, and the main feature of the garage could be cars. All of the states that touch Michigan can be called or part of the same region, the Great Lakes region. These states share the Great Lakes. Which states do you think are in the Great Lakes region? They are Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin. The Great Lakes are a natural feature, so they're a natural feature of this region. Each state has some of the same features due to the Great Lakes. As an example, all of them have beaches. Let's split Michigan into two regions. We can split our state into two regions. Yes, we can. Each peninsula is its own region. Each one is quite different. The Upper Peninsula has many natural features. It has miles and miles of forest. There are also dozens of lakes. The whole peninsula shares these features. All of the Lower Peninsula, where we live, share the biggest cities and the busiest highways. It has many human features. This is how our state is split into two regions. And you can see a nice graphic there of what the Upper Peninsula has in comparison to the Lower Peninsula. You can see they have waterfalls, they have mountains, they have more forests, a lot more wildlife compared to the Lower Peninsula where there's a lot more people. We have more cars, more traffic, bigger cities, longer rivers, and more industry. Okay. Now I want you to go this themes of geography. There are 5 themes of geography. And what are they? The location of a place, where it is located, the place itself. Each place has different features, natural and human. So in our area, we have farm fields. It talks about here that parts of nature, whether they're rivers or sand dunes or beaches, those are different in each place. Also, we live in a city where there might be bridges or sports stadiums. Other places in the state might have lighthouses or theaters or something else. The third theme of geography is people and how we interact with nature. Do we have roads? Do we take care of them? Do we hike? Do we build homes? Do we build cottages? Do we fish there? Do we work there? How do we interact with what's in that location? Movement. how do people and goods and services move from one place to another? So we have trekking companies, and maybe in some area people walk to work and other people don't walk to work. They have to drive cars because they live a long distance away. Just differences of how people move around. In the region, what is the same or common about a region? So the example that we always give here is we consider ourselves part of the Lower Peninsula. We live in the mitten shape of Michigan, and we live out in the thumb where there's farmland. Someone who lives up north in the Upper Peninsula, they call themselves a Youper because they live in the UP, the Upper Peninsula. And they like living where there isn't a lot of crowded cities compared to us. All right, this is your assignment for the day. I want you to note on this slide that at the very top, I have an explanation green box. It says the green boxes are an example for you to follow. Complete each pink box, and I'm giving you a hint. If you watch this video and you paid attention to slides 2, 3, and 4, and especially 5, they will help you complete this assignment. The example I gave you in the middle, both peninsulas share the fact that they both have cities. On the left-hand side, the Upper Peninsula has cities that are smaller, and us in the Lower Peninsula, our cities are bigger. That should help you complete all 6 of the pink boxes. So you want to go back to the video again or to slides 2, 3, 4, and especially 5. All right, bye for now.